The halls of Arendelle's castle stood quiet in the late hours of the evening. Snowflakes drifted outside the grand windows, casting shimmering patterns across the polished marble floors. Queen Elsa, wrapped in a flowing blue cloak, moved silently through the dimly lit corridors, the golden candelabras flickering in the cold night air. It was one of those nights when she couldn't sleep. Her mind was restless, filled with an unshakable sense of longing. Though Arendelle was at peace, something in the wind called to her a distant whisper that sent chills down her spine, but not from the cold. Determined to shake the feeling, Elsa made her way to the royal library, a vast room filled with ancient tomes, scrolls, and books passed down through generations of rulers. She often found comfort in these old stories, tales of kingdoms long forgotten, powerful magic, and heroes who changed the course of history. Perhaps tonight she would find something to settle her thoughts. She trailed her fingers along the wooden shelves, the scent of aged parchment filling the air. Her eyes scanned the spines of books she had read 100 times before. But then something caught her attention, a book she had never noticed before. It was tucked away in the highest corner of the shelf, hidden beneath layers of dust. Its cover was made of deep blue leather, adorned with a silver emblem of a star with frozen rays stretching out in every direction. Curiosity sparked in Elsa's chest. She reached up and carefully pulled the book from its place. As she opened it, the pages felt strangely cold beneath her fingertips, as if the book itself held a trace of ice magic. The first words on the page sent a shiver down her spine. The frozen star, the lost guardian of winter's balance. Elsa's breath caught. She had never heard of such a thing before. Her eyes darted across the page, soaking in every word. Long ago, before Arendelle was formed, there existed a celestial artifact known as the Frozen Star. It was not a star of fire and light, but of frost and harmony. The Frozen Star was said to control the balance of winter, ensuring that the cold never grew too harsh and the warmth never faded too soon. It was a gift from the northern lights themselves, a beacon of power and peace. But then the star vanished, and the winters became unpredictable. Some feared it was stolen, others believed it was shattered. And so the world forgot its existence until now. Elsa's fingers trembled slightly as she turned the page. The illustrations showed a glowing ice blue crystal, radiating with energy. Surrounding it were ancient symbols similar to the ones she had seen in Ottohalen. Only one with a heart of ice and warmth combined can find the frozen star. Only one who understands the balance between power and love can restore what was lost. Elsa's mind raced. Could this be true? Could there really be a force out there stronger than her own magic, waiting to be found? A sudden gust of wind rushed through the library, causing the candle flames to flicker wildly. Elsa's eyes widened. The air around her felt charged, as if the very castle was responding to the words in the book. And then a voice. A soft, distant whisper, barely more than a breath. "Find it, Elsa." She gasped, snapping the book shut. Her heart pounded in her chest. That voice had sounded like the same mystical call that had once led her to Ottohalen. But this time, it was calling her somewhere new. Somewhere far beyond Arendelle. Somewhere the frozen star still waited. Taking a deep breath, Elsa clutched the book to her chest. She knew what she had to do. She needed to uncover the truth. She needed to find the frozen star. And she needed to follow the call of the wind before it was too late. The castle halls were still as Elsa made her way back to her chambers, the ancient book clutched tightly in her hands. Though the night was calm, her mind was anything but. The words she had read replayed over and over, weaving themselves into her thoughts like an unfinished melody. The frozen star must be restored. Only one with a heart of ice and warmth combined can find it. The whisper she had heard in the library had been unmistakable. It was the same kind of voice that had once led her to Ottohalen, the voice of something greater, something ancient. As she entered her room, she walked to the open balcony, stepping out into the crisp night air. The sky stretched endlessly above her, a deep shade of navy blue, dotted with countless stars. The moonlight bathed Arendelle in a soft glow, making the snow-covered rooftops shimmer like a frozen ocean. She closed her eyes and listened. The wind, ever so gentle, carried with it a familiar whisper, a soft hum, as though the night itself was calling her name. Elsa, her breath hitched. It was real. Something or someone was reaching out to her. She opened her eyes and turned her gaze toward the distant Frostborn Mountains, their jagged peaks piercing the sky like icy daggers. They lay beyond Arendelle's borders, untouched by travelers, shrouded in endless snowstorms and mystery. The book had said that the frozen star had been lost centuries ago. Was it hidden somewhere beyond those peaks? Elsa felt a pull in her chest, an unexplainable certainty that her answers lay in that frozen expanse. But she couldn't do this alone. The next morning, as the golden rays of dawn spread across Arendelle, Elsa sat across from her sister, Anna, in the grand dining hall. A warm breakfast was laid out before them, steaming cinnamon rolls, fresh berries, and honey tea, but Elsa barely touched her plate. Anna, on the other hand, was happily munching on her third cinnamon roll. She took one look at Elsa's distracted expression and swallowed quickly. "Okay, what's up?" she asked, wiping crumbs from her fingers. "You're doing that thing again." Elsa blinked. "What thing?" Anna smirked. "That thing where you go all quiet and mysterious, and then boom. You suddenly decide to go on an adventure without telling me first." She crossed her arms. "You are planning something, aren't you?" Elsa sighed, a small smile tugging at the corner of her lips. Anna always saw right through her. She reached for the ancient book and placed it between them. As Anna leaned forward, Elsa flipped open the pages, revealing the legend of the frozen star. Anna's eyes widened. "Whoa, this looks old." "Where did you find this?" "In the library," Elsa explained. "It was hidden, as if it wasn't meant to be found." Anna ran her fingers over the faded words, reading carefully. As she reached the part about the star's disappearance and its connection to winter's balance, she sat back, her expression thoughtful. "So you think this is real?" Anna asked. Elsa nodded. "I do. And I think it's calling to me." Anna studied her sister's face. There was certainty in Elsa's voice, and unshakable belief, the same kind she had seen when Elsa had decided to follow the voice to Otto Helen. "You're going after it, aren't you?" Anna said. Elsa hesitated for a moment, then nodded again. Anna exhaled. "Then I'm coming with you." Elsa's expression softened, but she shook her head. "Anna, this could be dangerous. The Frostborn Mountains aren't like the enchanted forest. They're unpredictable, and the storms there." "I don't care," Anna interrupted firmly. "You're my sister. If you're going, I'm going. End of discussion." Elsa looked at her for a long moment. She knew better than to argue. Anna's stubbornness was legendary, and besides, deep down, Elsa was relieved. She didn't want to face this alone. She reached across the table and squeezed Anna's hand. "Thank you," Anna grinned. "Anytime. Now, let's tell Kristoff before he complains about being left out again." As expected, Kristoff was more than a little skeptical when they explained the plan to him. "So, let me get this straight," he said, arms crossed. "You want to go climbing into the most dangerous mountains in the kingdom because of a book?" Elsa gave him a look. "It's more than a book, Kristoff. I know magic and all that," he said, rubbing the back of his neck. "But those mountains are no joke. The blizzards there last for weeks. And you're saying there's some ancient artifact hidden up there. Why hasn't anyone ever found it?" "Because no one has ever listened," Elsa replied. Kristoff sighed. "All right, fine, but if we're doing this, we're doing it properly. We'll need supplies, ropes, food, extra blankets." He glanced at Sven, who gave an approving grunt. "And Sven's coming too." Elsa nodded. "Of course." Suddenly, a familiar, cheerful voice chimed in. "Are you guys going on an adventure? Again?" They turned to see Olaf, the ever-enthusiastic snowman, bouncing toward them with an excited smile. His twin arms flailed as he waved. Oh, I love adventures. Can I come, please? Kristoff groaned. Olaf, this isn't. Yes, Elsa interrupted. Of course you can. Kristoff's jaw dropped. Elsa, she smiled knowingly, will need his optimism. Olaf clapped his stick hands together. Yay, I'll pack my sun hat. Kristoff muttered under his breath as Anna laughed. As the afternoon sun dipped lower in the sky, Elsa stood at the gates of Arendelle looking out toward the vast snowy wilderness beyond. Her heart pounded with anticipation. This was it. Something deep inside her told her that she was about to uncover a forgotten truth, one that had been waiting for centuries. With her friends by her side, Elsa took a deep breath and stepped forward, following the call of the wind.